Oh my god. Do you remember the days when Rockstar Games used to make very strong and prolific single player DLC? I do. I remember these days. The Ballad of Gay Tony, The Lost and Damned, Undead Nightmare, phenomenal pieces of single player content constantly just being distributed, and listening to the actual feedback and improving each and every single piece of this DLC. Each expansion got better than the next one. That's why Ballad of Gay Tony for GTA 4 is one of the best GTA 4 DLCs, because they do so much with the fun factor. Explosive shotguns, golden Uzis, new cars, all this sort of shit going on, new weapons and stuff you could do within the game. It was just fun as a motherfucker using them and utilizing them all over Liberty City, and I enjoyed these DLCs thoroughly for their own distinctive reasoning. Yet, as we go into the GTA 5 era, and when the GTA Online boom started popping, I just know that all of this stuff in the leak files for GTA 5 just screamed ambitious ideas that we never will see probably anytime soon. What am I talking about in particular? Well, Rockstar Games, they suffered another leak. If it wasn't bad enough that GTA 6 and its alpha leaked all over the internet, GTA 5 and its source code officially got uploaded to the internet, and that's a big yikes. Oh no, call the cops, call the well, maybe you'll have the police called on you and you'll be in an institution for years, but I digress. Either way, this is quite fucking crazy with all this information that came out, and what got leaked is phenomenal, astounding, and we're not getting it. I'm sorry, I want to be optimistic for this, but I mean, GTA is Rockstar's moneymaker. It is their cash cow. They go full on, hands deep, all deck in, titties on the dashboard. And I just want them to do more variety games. Now, there was reports of Rockstar supposedly saying that after GTA 6, they're going to go back to other franchises that didn't get the limelight, that doesn't get the spotlight, but it's just something that remains to be seen. And I love this company, I really do. And I'm going to get GTA 6, but it is crazy with all the stuff that got canceled, or the stuff that was on the chopping room floor, when we see this missed opportunity of a leak in the files of the GTA source code that was discovered. It was a lot of names that popped up, and one of them was 8 single player DLCs planned for GTA 5. Those DLCs were, and let me pull this up real quick. They were going to have an assassination pack, which I'm not sure what that was going to be. They were going to have something for Manhunt. They were going to have a single player Norman pack, Agent Trevor, a relationship pack, an enterprise pack, a prologue DLC, and Liberty 5 DLC. And it got migrated into the important ones. They said that Agent Trevor became the Doomsday Heist. The prologue DLC was a North Yankton expansion, and Liberty 5 was Liberty City in GTA 5. Okay, so let's go back down this once more again from the bottom. Liberty 5. We were going to get an expansion of Liberty City with GTA 5, and that already hurts my heart, because think about it, you're going back to Liberty City with possibly GTA 5 characters. Imagine running across Nico Bellic. Imagine going to old haunts. What has changed during this time, I wonder? Is the mafia and stuff still like in business, you know, pegarinos and all that? Probably not. What's the remnants? What's the leftovers? Who is now in charge of certain mob bosses and armies and stuff like that? It just makes you wonder and ponder what exactly has happened after the expansion. Like, where's Luis Lopez? It's crazy, right? And you could possibly glean and think of that story, that possible potential with that single player DLC. The prologue of North Yankton, of course, is what people also wanted to see what happened with things before the heist with Ludendorff, see what happened with Michael and Trevor's early life. I mean, it's a no-brainer that it could have been an origin prologue story, and we could have got that from there. Agent Trevor's obviously more Trevor stuff, and I assume maybe that's like after the entire shenanigans and fiascos along the way with GTA 5 and checking in on him in particular. I know there was a DLC with Franklin. We saw Franklin come back in one of the GTA Online expansions, and I would assume this could have been something more about Trevor playing as that character and experiencing that. Okay, so already you see, with what I'm explaining here, the single player DLC could have been fire, but instead we have to shift it all the way to GTA Online, and that is the crux of games as a service. I'm telling you, when you're working on that pipeline, you have no time for basically anything else, because that is your new breadwinner. If it is successful, that is your new moneymaker. That's why GTA Online gravitated a lot more sales toward the game. It became like a fucking $1 billion juggernaut, still constantly selling on NPDs to this day. Insanity. And it's probably going to be the same for 6, which is unfortunate, because I would rather have single player DLC than games as a service continuation. I don't even like GTA 5 Online anyway. That might be like a hot take, but I always found, maybe I'm like an old dog here, I'm an old school pit bull, but I always liked GTA 4 Online. I always enjoyed that, just the races, the team deathmatch, the fact that it was just a smaller scale containment that was super fun. I mean, GTA Online, I think I clocked out on that when the heists just were taking so long, and I got tired of waiting, and there's so many micros in that game. You gotta buy this, that, fucking 1 million, 1,000, $10 billion mansion in GTA 5 Online, and I'm like, you know, I don't want to grind for this. I don't want to take time on this. I just want to experience a fun little race or deathmatch or here or there, and just hop in and hop out of the game. That's why I also love the original Red Dead 1 Online, because it was simple, straight to the point, hunt down some motherfuckers and get some like bounties on your head as well, and go around and cause chaos for a bit. Deathmatch, you know, I'm a simple man with this multiplayer. Manhunt pack. Manhunt is one of my favorite and probably the only horror game from Rockstar where they took a premise of kill or be killed. Why exclude Manhunt DLC? I don't understand, man. I don't get it. Once again, you know, like I said, the shit with James Earl Cash and going around and smashing in a smiley's face is unparalleled in that game. It's something you have to see to witness. Manhunt gives you that like super uneasy feeling throughout, that foreboding tension throughout the entire game. And if they were gonna go back to something like Carcer City, I would have sacrificed GTA 5 Online on an altar just to see this happen. I'm not kidding you, I'm not bullshitting you. North Yankton, like I said before, origin story, so of course people will be clamoring for more of seeing the past of Michael and Trevor, and having that bleed in and delve together, and seeing what Ned Luke and obviously I forget the other guy's name, Stephen Ogg, Stephen Ogg, together, and their chemistry of GTA 5. I thought they were great in the main game. Two of my favorite characters in Grand Theft Auto 5, and when they were bickering and overreacting and fighting, that was some of the best stuff within. Now I'm gonna see if there's any other things, because 8 single player DLCs is quite a lot. So I'm gonna see if there's any other things with the story mode that is detailed here that I possibly missed out on. I can't tell you what Enterprise relationship. Well, I heard relationship was gonna focus on this relationship between Michael and Trevor trying to get in on some area, whatever. I know some picture was discovered of Trevor giving this man the smooch, and they were gonna pretend to be a gay couple. I don't know where that was gonna go, but I'm not sure if that's that single player DLC, but I know that picture was discovered and posted up. Liberty City was the best one, by far. Like, just to see what occurred. And then they said, you know, some of this got changed, which of course is what it is. Prologue, North Yankton. It's just disappointing to see. It's just, someone said, it's disappointing to see. Us OGs, I'm reading the tweets of this. Us OGs are furious over this, to be honest. Liberty City being cut is one thing, but a Manhunt assassination set of DLCs not going ahead due to GTA Online cancer is beyond fucked. Like, I don't hate the company, but I do hate the premise that they did not continue on with this. You know, I enjoy GTA 5 a lot, but really Rockstar? We have to suffer because of this bullshit. Like, bro, come on. The assassination stuff still sounds cool. Like, they regulated a lot of those missions towards like Franklin, so maybe this DLC could have been a little bit more of that tactical espionage, going around like shifting heists and taking shit and going around and killing like very important MVPs and targets and VIPs. Like, that was fun. Those were fun side missions, and if it was more of that, I would have taken that. Oh my god, dude. Oh, come on. An unbelievable loss. we fumbled the ball. That Rockstar is like, come on, bro. But who knows? And then I saw other things be announced in these packages, and they were also great ideas. Now, apparently, long ago in the ancient past, Samurai Jack went and fucked his concubine, and then he said, I'm going to Tokyo. I'm going back to Tokyo. GTA Tokyo was in the cars, but it's a weird leak because apparently this game was in development on the PS2. And maybe they would have ported assets from Midnight Club, because I know there was like a Bogota or Japan area in Midnight Club 2 and 3. They bought it back in 3. They could have used that as a cityscape, and I think that would have been cool. Imagine playing as a random Yakuza member in Grand Theft Auto. I mean, we had like triads and stuff like that around, so it's not really something they haven't done or experimented with, the idea of like having Oriental gang members just go at it and go to town. But still, a Tokyo setting, pure full-on crime, they could bring that idea back. That could be like the next city or something and be just hugely awesome. Just imagine like just the giant nightclubs and neon lights fighting with samurai swords. You could fight the snakehead on Grand Theft Auto San Andreas on the ship with the katana, and we can have full-on katana fights in here. I'm just thinking outside the box, baby. All right, the next few is kind of unsurprising. I'm just gonna get Agent out of the way. Of course, concept art leaked out of that game, and it was gonna like be this espionage spy thriller. You could be just your own Rockstar Games version of James Bond, going around and fucking everyone and just completely destroying all these factions involved in the Cold War. And I covered this game before. I was like, this game, man, it could also be interesting because, once again, like before, IO Interactive was making this new James Bond game, Rockstar was taking it on their own mantle and saying, you know what, it's not necessary, it's the unofficial James Bond game that we're making. We're gonna try to make this shit a cool action movie premise. We're gonna have like the fucking character go down a giant avalanche and start shooting people. I'm like, damn, how do we not get this idea? after hearing all the leak stuff that came from it as well. And I'm like, shit. So they had to make compromises because I believe because they were working on GTA 5, they could not fulfill the vision and it got silently canceled. Now I know this is the crux of game development. Games get canceled all the time, but it's still a fatal blow to the heart when you really think about what happened with Agent. I'm disappointed that once again, because I'm, like I said, a big fan, but huge disappointment of not seeing this game come into fruition. And it sucks. It sucks, man, because I think developers came out and said during development, because the strenuous development of GTA 5 was so much, they were chunking and cutting down Agent, and they wanted to see this game come into the limelight, yet it couldn't. It just couldn't because they were taking so much out, and it was like a mess. It was like a fumbled mess. And honestly, I guess cancel is better than having something half-baked from Rockstar. It hurts. It's truly and sincerely. Then the last thing is Midnight Club 5 and Bully 2. And people, yeah, I've played Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition on this channel. I love the whole chop shop cars, going around and being like a living Fast and the Furious with that game. I love that scene, to be honest. Like Midnight Club and the underground car scene and modding cars and racing them and this big open terrain was fucking awesome. That's one of my favorite games of all time, believe it or not. And many people might not see me as a racer, but that was good. Midnight Club was a great I almost said wrestling. Oh, holy shit, what am I thinking of? Oh, he's gonna power drive the sedan, okay? But Midnight Club was a fun time. No alcohol required. And it was euphoric street racing at its finest. So to see Midnight Club 5 get canceled, and of course the only thing that you have to look forward to is playing these Midnight Club themed racing simulated events in GTA Online, and it's not really as tight as Midnight Club, of course, because that game is oriented for car racing. It sucks. But what sucks the most is Bully 2, and we knew Bully 2 was like just on the slab though. So again, big Rockstar fan. I play Bully, just going around beating kids up, putting their heads in toilets, even though the main motive of the game is to not be a bully, but you can be a bully if you really want to. Jimmy Hopkins going in there and just completely fucking shit up. I think Bully was my favorite release of the year that it came out, which was like what, 2006, somewhere around there, right? Correct me if wrong in the comments. Either way, I remember all the dumb controversy with Jack Thompson and this dude saying that bully is a symptom of school shootings and it must be stopped. And I'm like, you're shooting people with a slingshot and hitting them in the nuts with a potato cannon. There's not real bullets, it's just a fucking potato going at someone's Johnson. Like, what's going on? Like, I don't know what Jack Thompson was talking about, but this man is disbarred. Keep him off the panel forever. I wish his history was never just there and prevalent in the first place, but I digress. Bully 2 is something we need, because again, when I talk about Rockstar, it's like, it's equivalent to how Activision is, how that studio is always cooking in the COD mines because their golden goose is Call of Duty. Rockstar's golden goose is GTA, and like I said, I will never deny more GTA. I love GTA. I'm glad 6 is coming out. But what you need as a game studio is eventually variety. New IPs, old IPs, pursuing the torch moving forward so you can keep people invested into multiple meta series and IP genres that will flourish, old and new. And it's all about experimentation, but it feels like they don't want to put all their chips in one basket anymore, which sucks, because Rockstar, the one that most people talk about and what they give constructive criticism towards is they say that their era is mostly equivalent now to a game that's a once in a game generation, where it's like, okay, this is a genre defying game of the year, but it's only one game that comes out that generation and Rockstar is done, compared to like the PS2 generation where they have everything you could ever want, need. We're never seeing that again. Like I joked earlier in the video, but we're never seeing that again because they issued out a slew of games, they took chances, they took risks, and I think they're not willing to. Well, of course, GTA 6 is going to be an ambitious project, but I don't think they're willing to do it if the money is not there. And I kind of really pin the gun towards Take-Two because they are money-hungry bastards, and they might be, you know, of course they're the publisher, but they are definitely affecting the creativity of Rockstar. I wish they would have just went in this route instead. But, you know, at least seeing all these ideas and there's rumors popping up that they may want to expand on other IPs and make more games, and that'd be cool if they did after they sort of decided to go on a journey and, you know, find themselves, so to speak, and sort of clean house, so to speak. I don't know, they said they're cleaning up the frat culture. I don't know. I just hope this leads to more games. That's what I fucking want as a gamer. I hope this leads to these ideas coming into fruition somehow. At least we should get a fucking single player DLC for GTA 6. At least one. At least one or two. And introduce what elements you may bring. Like, where's Michael, Franklin, and Trevor? I of course I think they're gonna pop up in GTA 6, but where are these GTA 5 characters? Where are these GTA 4 characters? Are they gonna show up yet again? I know they will, but we can see more of their story with these DLCs. And of course we see how people are gushing with single player DLCs, how God of War Valhalla, or, you know, God of War Ragnarok Valhalla is doing with the people. People love that shit. You could probably put like 10 or 20 bucks, maybe a little bit more, and people would go for it depending on how deep the expansion is. The last thing I think I want to talk about is just some of the fun storyline tidbits, because apparently with the endings, where, you know, how you get the choice between picking if you want to kill Michael or Trevor as Franklin, or just doing Death Wish, which is deciding to go against everyone and play as all three, which is the best ending in my honest opinion for GTA 5. But they were going to make GTA 5's other endings, where you kill Trevor and Michael, a bit more brutal. I'm talking Trevor can die if you put him in like liquid nitrogen, and then you could run him over and you can smash him, or Michael smashes him, or somehow. It's like really brutal. It's like the Terminator scene where the T-1000 is melting, his bones and limbs is coming off, like all this shit is the liquid mess, and then it's like hasta la vista, baby. Arnie pulls the trigger, he's like nothing but dust. It's like, so that would have been fucked up, and it's not the ending I would have wanted, but it would have been kind of cool to see as an alternate. And then Michael gets like thrown into helicopter blades, turned into sushi, which is extremely violent. I imagine it would be like super gory as well, because it's in like full view. Even though like one of the scenes where Michael can die and a game over, he goes into like a machine, a meat grinder, and you don't see all the gore, all the fucked up bits. But I mean, damn, Rockstar does not shy away from nasty messes, because Red Dead Redemption 2 is a very fucking violent game. Someone gets their head caved right in and you see their brains and shit come all out, which is why I even with that in mind, we're never getting a Manhunt, because I mean the soccer moms would be like, oh my god, Jimmy is turning himself into a psycho killer. We cannot have that. Can it? Bennett is done. Damn, I miss Manhunt. But anyway, that's me talking about the GTA 5 source code leaks. It is out there, man. It is crazy. once again, I can only feel nothing but disappointment. I hope they bring back some of these ideas for the future because they're good ideas. If you can't even make another violent manhunt game, you could at least get away with trying to do something with Carcer City or something in GTA. And having like, cause I know they had manhunt themed masks and probably events and groups in GTA Online. Oh, so why not do that? I mean, I do remember they ported the knife animation from Manhunt 1, at least the first hasty execution that you could do. CJ has it in GTA San Andreas, so you could do some sneaking missions maybe, or you can make it where it's like the running man and the theme of the game is to survive in these stupid mini games and just do stuff with that. I mean, it's air and opportunity for Rockstar, and these DLCs and these games that I don't know if they're coming or not in the future, hopefully they do, it's air and opportunity. You have like tons of bully fans, people still making videos today like Swagta. You just have them out there and they want to see this content flourish, and I know I would definitely buy it if they put it out. I bought the first one, I bought it again on PS4, so I'm a dedicated bully freak. I want to 100% that game one day. But tell me what you think in the comment section below. I can go on forever, but just let me know, what do you think of this canceled or these work in progress DLCs that they planned for GTA 5 and they never got them off the ground, and the other games that followed and ensued? Do you think that Rockstar should do more variety, or do you prefer them to work on GTA this entire time and that's all you want? Comment below, let me know. Let's get a discussion going, and I will see you guys next time. Happy New Year's, Merry belated Christmas. I love your faces. See you later, and arrivederci. Goodbye.